Good morning students, we are once again back in a video lecture for class 10th for English. I am Mahendra Kumar, faculty of Mount Literacy Z School for Accounts and English PGT. Children, in the last video we have done for our revision one story, Nelson Mandela, and now today we will be doing revision of a story, second story from our book Footprints Without Feet. Our book Footprints Without Feet, chapter 2. And the name of the story is Thief Story. The full story surrounds one single word, revolves around one single word, that is trust. Okay, so let's see. The brief summary of the story is there was one young boy about 15 years old, and he was actually a thief, and how he tries to befool a very generous man, a very kind-hearted man, Anil, who not only treated the boy whose fake name was Hari Singh, he treated him like his younger brother, but he also tried to teach him, and he tried to help him in every possible way. Let's see how does Hari Singh, the 15-year-old boy, repays back to Anil his kindness and his generosity. Okay children, we'll begin the story. I was still a thief when I met Anil, and though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing, kind, and simple enough for my purpose. I hadn't had much luck of late, and though I might be able to get into the young man's confidence, actually, Hari Singh, the young boy, thought himself to be a very great observer. So he observed Anil, and he thought that he could be the right person whom he could befool. You could look a bit of wrestler yourself, I said. So what? A little flattery helps in making friends. So he went to Anil and he said, I think you are watching wrestling match, but according to me, you yourself is a wrestler. So do you? So Anil replied in a matter of joke to Hari Singh that he himself also looks a wrestler, which put me off for a moment because at that time I was rather thin. Well, I said modestly, I do wrestle a bit. What's your name? Hari Singh. I lied. So here it is mentioned this was the fake name, and what reason the boy gives for keeping a fake name. This could be a question for your exams. In your board examination, this could be a question. So I took a new name every month that kept me ahead of the police and my former employers. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestler who were grunting, lifting and throwing each other about. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away. I followed casually. Hello again, he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. I want to work for you, I said. So Anil said, but I can't pay you. So he gave him the most appealing smile. He thought that he could flatter Anil, but Anil was also a man of brains. Okay, so but he was a kind-hearted person, and he felt pity on this boy. I thought that over for a minute. Perhaps I had misjudged my man. So Hari Singh started thinking, I think he was not the correct guy whom he can go and rob. So he said talked to himself. Talking to himself is a figure of speech, and that is called soliloquy. Soliloquy. When a person talks to himself, that is called soliloquy. I had misjudged my man. I asked, "Can you feed me?" Then he told me, "Can you cook?" "I can cook," I lied again. So this was the second lie which Hari Singh spoke to Anil. "If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you." He took me to his room over Jamna sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony, but the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible because Anil gave it to the stray dogs. Since he lied, Anil tested him. He told him to make the food, to cook the food, which was horrible, and which Anil went and gave it to the stray dog, and he told him, "You can go," and told me to be off. But I just hung around, smiling in my most appealing way, and he couldn't help laughing. So Anil also started laughing. Later, he patted me on the head and said, "Never mind, he'll teach me to cook." He also taught me to write my name and said he would soon teach me to write whole sentences and to add numbers. I was grateful. I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. Once this was in his mind. This was in his mind, in Hari Singh's mind, because he had seen that a person can become rich, the person can acquire a lot of money only by getting educated. And that was the right way, that was the correct way. But up till now, he was unable to find such a person who could help him in his education, in his studies. But here was the man. Anil was there, who told him that he will teach him how to write his name. He will also teach him to write down whole sentences and alphabets. So this is what Anil promised the boy. So he was very, very happy that, but that he will be completing his studies with Anil, and he will also be fulfilling his motive. So what happened? Later he patted me. Now, it was quite a pleasant working for Anil. It was not a very rough work which he gave to the boy to do. I made the tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the day's supply, usually making a profit of about ₹1 a day. I think he knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. Okay, so Anil made money by fits and starts. He would borrow one week, lend next week. He kept worrying about his check. But as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. It seems he wrote for magazines. So Anil actually was a writer. He was a writer and he used to write for certain magazines. His articles, his stories were used to find place in very famous magazines, and he used to earn a lot of money. In a very strange way of making a living, every one evening he came home with a small bundle of notes saying he had just sold a book to the publisher. At night, I saw him tuck the money under his mattress. I had been working for Anil for almost a month, and apart from cheating on shopping, I had not done anything in my line of work. I had every opportunity for doing so. Anil had given me a key to the door, and I could come and go as I pleased. So you can see here, children, that how much Anil trusted this boy. He had even given him the key. He can go to the bazaar, go to the market, wherever he feel like, and come wherever he feel like, whenever he feel like. So this was the trust which Anil had in that boy. He was the most trusting person I had ever met. This was the acceptance made by the young boy. And that is why it was so difficult to rob him. It is easy to rob a greedy man because he can afford to be robbed, but it's difficult to rob a careless man. Sometimes he doesn't even notice he'd been robbed, and that takes the pleasure out of the work. So Hari Singh, the boy, used to think that it is very easy to rob a greedy man. It is very, very easy to rob a greedy man. He can cry. You can see he can afford to be robbed. And it is very difficult to rob a careless man like Anil. Sometimes he doesn't even notice he'd been robbed, and that takes the pleasure out of the work. So that Hari Singh used to feel happy when the person whom he has robbed used to cry, used to shout, used to complain to the police. So he felt very happy when he see the person panicking and running here and there. Well, it's time I had some real work. I told myself, I am out of practice, and if I don't take the money, he'll only waste it on his friends. After all, he doesn't even pay me. Okay children, so we'll be continuing this chapter in the next video. Thank you.